And this is for initial surface prep and final surface prep before we assemble the project. In this area, I considered the whole list of bench planes that you could use. In addition to that, I considered the card scraper, the cabinet scraper, the scraping plane. I also considered sharpening tools and even a spoke shave for those that do curved work. The first tool I chose is a card scraper. Card scraper is an inexpensive tool. I use it both for initial surface prep sometimes, especially when I'm gluing up a panel. Afterward, I would use this to remove glue. I also use it for final surface prep many times in times when I'm removing burn marks from power tools, but also in taking small shavings off a surface to blend things, and it's used for both curve work and flat work pieces, and I thought this was a very helpful tool to reduce your sanding. The next tool that is a workhorse in the shop is a 4.5 smoothing plane. Now, you can either get a 4 or 4.5. I happen to like my 4.5. This is a tool I've had for 20 some years. I use this on panels that I glue up to create a smooth surface, or if I have a modestly wide workpiece, use this to flatten the surface all by itself. Another way that I use this 4.5 smoothing plane is that I use it to square up edges on a workpiece. This is really helpful, takes some practice in doing this, but it's also very rewarding. Another tool I'm going to add to my list is this low angle rabbet plane. So this is essentially a block plane and does everything that my block plane does, except for it also allows me to create rabbet grooves in the projects that I make in the future. Here you can see the difference between a block plane and the rabbet plane. Here there's a nicker for cutting cross grain rabbets right here. So you can move this out of the way, or you can engage the nicker and that will cut the cross grain for you and you'll get a better rabbet groove. Another thing that can be done with this block plane is that you can round over corners. You can also create a chamfer. So you can do edge treatments with this block plane, and this helps. You can trim dovetails, box joints, and things like that.